border. Internationally, me and the quarrel. So take a picture, baby, take a picture. I swear to God, I'm ready for your picture.
Welcome to another edition of the Right Direction Show. We are in a new studio today, feeling very homely. And how are you, IB?
I'm good. I love the vibes here. It's very cozy.
Very cool, right? They're very cool. Edwin, how you doing?
I'm feeling well.
Please, good. Edwin, you need to move your mic just a little bit
I'm
to
feeling
yourself.
great.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, we're gonna have an exciting subject. There's a blogger that put out some information this week. She said the brokest Nigerians in the diaspora are the Nigerians from the UK. She said it's even people in the UK have testified that you're better off living in Nigeria in terms of your indices of growth and other things. Now, many people received it in an angry way. For me, the way I started to process it is, let us itemize what we benefit from the UK. Instead of attacking. You understand? If I was to open up, I'd say the UK gives you. It's a very prestigious country. Because of their history, it gives you a lot of intellectual capacity. They train you everywhere possible to train you. But in terms of what she's talking about financially, if I compare with the stories I hear in other places, whether it's the tax bracket, whether it's the fact that in the UK, most predominantly people do just one job, and the culture of the UK in general. But I don't think she's far from the truth. There's many things to do with this. But let me open it up and say, I will look at her statement like she's looking at somebody who doesn't have immigration problems. She's looking at somebody who is fully settled in their new environment. And she has come up with this thesis that the UK has the brokest Nigerians in diaspora. Where do you think she's looking at it from?
Well, I think that statement is seriously prejudiced. Now, we just say the UK is that. I don't think that is correct. On what statistics is she talking about? No. We're going to talk to a person like me. You do tell me, show me statistics. Evidence-based. The brokest people. People do 2 or 3 jobs here. There are people who are working in government who don't do 2 jobs. Just in America, people do 2 or 3 jobs.
Standard.
Everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
To make ends meet. So, I don't think the construct which she's saying, maybe she's trying to discourage people. I don't understand what she's saying that for. But for me, to say the brokest people in diaspora are the ones in Nigeria. Now, people from the Eastern Europe, we call them Europe.
Yeah.
The Europe, when they come in here, when they say they don't have jobs there, and they come in here, they enjoy the vibes, and they are staying here, and they are making money.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the dialectics with which she's saying that the UK are the brokest people. Like you said, just on education-wise, I have a lot of friends, brothers, cousins who come from Europe. They come to school here. They put their children here. They get everything here. Financially, otherwise, we are still doing well. If you change £1 now, it's about 2,000 plus.
Okay.
Nigeria. Now, let me just look back. And if you send money back home and you're doing well, you're able to meet their needs. Most of us agree to some extent we are their meat ticket back home. Yeah. But for her to say that, she must be talking from experience. What she has experienced, then that could be her reason. If you say that, that's fine. But to prejudicial
generalize.
I don't think I accept that.
Okay, thank you. I get your point. Very nice. IB, you hear that the bloggers say or the brokest of the Nigerian diasporas are the ones that come from the UK. As a woman, where do you think she's speaking from?
Well, to be honest, I think the thing about the UK is that culturally, because what does broke mean? If she's talking about broke from a how we flash wealth, the things that we acquire, how we show ourselves and all of that, I can agree that can be a bit more conservative here because you have to assume the culture of the country that you come into
Yes.
for you to be able to be adaptable. That is the one thing that the indigenous of the country always say they don't like about migrants. That when you come to the country, you want to stay in your own silo, you want to create your own pseudo economy and all of that, and do your own thing. What the best way to acclimatize to the UK is to become a bit like them. So we adopt some of their principles, and being conservative is the key thing. So I think that they mix up conservativeness with brokenness. So we don't drive the flashiest cars because even if you wanted to drive the flashiest cars, the UK roads are not even designed for
That's
those
good.
kind of cars.
Yeah.
We
30
now
miles per hour,
exactly where you
Yes.
speeding your Lamborghini to.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to ride to. The people who do it in central London, a lot of them do it and they don't even care about the tickets because they come from the Middle East or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're happy to pay that cost. But it's culturally it's just a very subdued place, so it looks like we are broke. Then there's also the aspect, and let's be real, the thing that people enjoy the most about the UK is what makes us the brokest. UK, in this country, we're heavily taxed, and that's why we have one of the best societies in the world in terms of crime prevention, in terms of the free healthcare, in terms of the benefit system. If you're down, system pull you up. It's still a very to me. I think maybe for people who are coming into the country, they might struggle a bit, but as you pay your dues and as you build into the society, into the system, you get more out of it. And the UK is a due process country. That's another thing. I mean, you can imagine people from Nigeria, for example, they are not used to due process. You go somewhere, go into university, you bribe your way through, you get a job, you can, have your side hustle. You go into people's into a school, you see the headmistress selling pop on the side. They do anything, or they can leave their, if they're civil service, they can leave their work and go to their shop, open shop, come back. We don't have that kind of luxury here because the reason why we can't take those kind of liberties is the reason why the system works. If you're coming to the UK, you have to respect the system and the law. And so the thing that makes it work is what makes us look broke. But compared to the US, I tend to agree. But then again, like you said, they have the 2-3 job.
No,
work
wait.
systems.
I'm coming. That you beat me to it. I was going to say UK Nigerians. If I go by her statement, UK Nigerians are the brokest compared to. If she's comparing us to Nigerians in Nigeria, is she comparing us to Americans?
I think it's America.
Because when Americans go home, they have the culture of where they live.
Yo-yo style.
It's a very different style. You understand?
Yeah.
Very different style. But where do you think if she was comparing us to these two places, are we truly the brokest? If she was if it was comparing us to Nigeria,
Like what you just said.
yeah,
That summarizes what we are. Like I'm talking from experience now.
yeah,
When I went to Nigeria, and of course I go every time.
yeah.
And these guys, they came from Europe. From America.
From America.
They were just like train off. I was like, we're in the club.
You were a bit conservative.
I was there with I don't want to mention the big hotels in Benin.
Yeah.
And we were all there. And then one of my guys, who's a big guy, he's a Commodore, Air Commodore.
Yeah.
He did never Air Commodore.
Yes.
Know that. And they said that the person there.
Sorry to interrupt. But you have to so that you please. Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
He said that
You can look at us. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah, he not told the person there that talking there. Say the person there, that guy there, is from UK. He sponsor everything that you're saying here. He sponsor everything.
That was you he was talking about.
Yeah, he was talking about me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to go there and start
Showing
that
off.
ostentatious living. We don't exhibit it.
Yeah. Okay.
That life is there. We don't. Our road say is 20.
Yeah.
The switch roads. If you go out of that place, it's a 30. Then if you go on the motorway, it's 70. If you beat more than 70, you are your own. They take point from you. So you are being controlled by that. So that idea of that ostentatious living to show that I'm rich, we don't do that. What we do charity here. More people come from here, they do more of charity than another person. It's not about me, it's about what the people benefit.
It's also the UK society. They're very big on charity.
Like, I've been with with a guy here who's Capital One. And they were
Okay.
telling me, that you know Capital One.
Mm-hmm.
What? Then we just like, with that person.
Wait, I want to ask one question as a result of what you're saying. It's easy to understand the chemistry and the analogy behind it, but in real time, do you feel inferiority complex? Because this is such a long story. When you go to, if she was talking about Nigeria, you come from the UK, you have a conservative lifestyle which you've adopted based on where you live. You have an American next to you, and he's flash. He gets more respect. People don't look at you the same way because of the reputation of the UK that precedes you. Do you feel the extra pressure, or you feel that you just take it? It's a long story to explain that in UK we're
We
Do you
don't, we
know
don't wear
what?
big
No,
baggage
let me
trousers.
let me tell you something. My brother sent me something the other day because we always send each other Instagram stories and all of that. And the owner of Monzo, he actually moved to America and runs his. I don't know. Okay, actually, I tell a lie, but I don't know if he moved to America and started running his business from there. But anyway, the guy said that when he wanted to start, Monzo, right?
Yes, sir.
When he wanted to start Monzo with the way that he was going about it, the UK could not handle it. Like trying to gamify money, literally trying to remove all the blockers, making spending money become, you see the way your money is going, you can group it into categories. When we think about banking in the UK, it's always just the same way that the UK system is really conservative. So you think of the Barclays, you think of the Lloyd, you think of the NatWest, really traditional stuff. And it was bringing this level of flexibility into it that they couldn't process. So they were blocking all of his ideas back to back. But when he moved to America, it was open doors for him because America is like a capitalist society.
Yeah.
That is the king of capitalism. And the way that they operate, they encourage people to do more business. So they remove a lot of the blockers in there. So I think that the Americans in general have a more capitalist mindset. We are more, I think we kind of like do some pseudo capitalism with a bit of socialism as well, where everybody's carried along, nobody's left behind.
Okay.
So it's different. So when you go, not all Americans are flashy. It is the Americans who are doing well that are flashy. The rest of them, just like a capitalist society, just the way it is in Nigeria, those who do well flash the cash, those who don't cannot afford to live like that. So I would never feel inferior to an American, for example, flashing, because already it's ingrained in me to be the way I
Because
am.
you're in a neutral
Yeah.
ground.
As long as I want to go somewhere, I get there, they get there. It doesn't matter how we get there. I think sometimes when you have really become. My dad lived in England for 20 years from the 60s, and he goes to Nigeria. There's nothing anybody in Nigeria will do that can impress him. Nothing. He's just a simple common man and does his thing, low key. It becomes part of you.
Let me say this now. Even me as a Nigerian here, I'd let you come in. You will not, respect for money, the actual currency. There is a way the UK does it. You can't throw £1 away. There's a,
I love that.
there's a,
I have not seen a £1 on the ground.
The day my £10 go missing in the market, when I pulled out, in fact, I started walking back looking for my money. Like, did you see any £10 on the floor? I was having headache for 2 days.
For people who don't understand, who don't live in the UK, as a Nigerian, sometimes they call you into the office. It's happened to me before. I'm getting used to, when they want to give you annual review, your pay rise, and they talk to you and they talk about with so much respect and integrity, and the figure at the end of it might be £60.
Exactly. You've done so well that you have been able
You have been able to they give you the breakdown, 1,000 a year after tax, it will be £50. You see, it's very well at all levels in the UK, at every level. The bank manager doesn't talk anyhow about the pound. Nobody disrespects the money. But I think this is very unusual for other parts of the world to understand about people in the UK. Because until I never thought I would pay £1 so much attention in my life. You understand? like
Yeah.
like that.
We do now. You see, like what we just said just then. The idea of throwing money around, let's show off. Nigeria likes it. That is our own Owambe lifestyle.
Yes.
Spray money. I don't like spray money. If I've come to your party, I prefer to put the money in your pocket, your hand, and to even here.
Yeah.
So people like that want to see me doing it. There are a few days back, I was watching on Facebook MKO Abiola's house. The late MKO Abiola's house, June 12th, the man. The acclaimed winner of
The June 12th election, yeah.
they were showing his house. The swimming pool, nothing there. Everything is all gone. Everything is all gone. So we like to show that how many cars you have. Few days back, VDN was calling out Obi Kubana, even Obo, Davido. The amount of cars you buy now. Why don't you use it to empower people? They also show one billionaire late now in the East.
In the East, I was just about to say
East,
that.
their cars.
There was ample Mercedes, all
the
dusted.
built everything. All there now.
But
Demand is gone.
But hold on. Have we become? This is the question. Have we become a reflection of the societies we have found ourselves? Don't forget.
That's what I'm coming to. That's what she said. That we are broke people. We are not, like Abby said, we are not showing it off
Yes.
to the people to have. How many cars you have? How many? You come out today. You come out with a one red Mercedes Benz. The next day you come out with a convertible car. The other day you come out with other this car. We don't do that.
You know
But
what?
when we take your car, take it from one point to the other. That's all.
You know I'm laughing. You know I just laughed. In this country, you would find a very rich British man with just one trousers and one shoe and one shirt. Do you ever see us Nigerians getting to that stage?
Yeah.
Because we have adapted the conservatism.
Yeah.
We have adapted and we seem to be comfortable with it, comparing like we move. Do you see a time where a Nigerian will be okay with one shoe? One trouser.
Never going to happen.
Never gonna happen. I think it's a mix of both, really. But
Let me say something before. Let me just add to that, or you could have said that. Look, every weekend in Nigeria, there's actually okay.
it's
They
happening
say,
in London now.
they say, what do you call it? This uniform for parties. They are there. That's what that lady who said that in Nigeria for UK here, we are broke. Because Nigeria can demonstrate it. They can even bother to go and buy this actual okay to show off. And at the end of the day, come on, man.
But wait, are we coming short in the social circles, like this Ashobe, this Ashoke, Ashobe, and all this celebration, because we're not flash on the outside? Have you ever seen people from the United Kingdom holding back when it comes to celebration?
No, I don't think. I think actually, if anything, as we have more Nigerians coming into the UK, they are coming in with the Ashobi culture, with the party culture. I went to a party 2 weeks ago, so I was emceeing an event, and literally 95% of the women had their clothes made from Nigeria, because Nigeria is now the fashion capital of the world.
Yes.
So you can imagine having to buy your material, then you sew it in Nigeria with some of those big, brands, and then make it and then ship it into the UK. We are actually adopting more of it, but I think what is with us is that we find the right balance, because come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we are heading straight to our shift and we do our work, and then maybe we would do it for the weekend. I think we just have the right balance. I think anyway, and I don't think we in the UK. I mean, one of the reasons why people will actually deliberately choose the UK is because they're trying to run away from that flash life in the first place, because they could go anywhere else.
Okay, so let's summarize on this. To the blogger who was called Nigerians in the UK the Brokest, what will be your submission to her? Would it be she's narrow-minded, the way she's thinking from, or is she seeing us in the way that our conservatism has taken over our originality?
I don't think she's skilled enough to understand the culture of the system. Really, I say one to just now. You leave the confine where you see.
Yeah.
If you live in Rome, you also behave like what?
Exactly.
The Roman. So we look like that. We're not loud. If you shout too much, I'm a teacher. If you talk too much, they say you are shouting. We are talking. That loud voice, but we are naturally we have loud voice. Nigerians, we are loud.
Yes.
But it don't mean that you are angry.
Yeah.
But if you say too much, they say you are angry.
Yeah.
But what do happen? Say you need to find the situation to find the balance.
Yeah.
So that's what happened here. The person is not good enough to understand the conservative nature. If she's talking because she just coming to the country, maybe 2 or 3 years time, her decision, her views, and opinion will change.
Another part I want to ask you, because it's a she, could it be her interaction with Nigerian men? You can get, I can almost say you can get more from Nigerian men at home, Nigerian men in America, than you can get from Nigeria.
Bills. I'm sure that probably is definitely an angle because I've seen things on social media, a crazy place where people will say things like, guys from the UK will come and they will bring like cheap perfumes, like perfume of £10, £20, and then the guys from America when they are coming, or the guys from coming from Nigeria when they're coming, you put 3 of them duty free. The quality of the perfumes that the 3 types of men are going to get will be different. But we just come from different environments, really, and they should not be upset now. They should blame the king. The king is responsible.
He has infiltrated us.
The king's economy is not easy. We have too much obligation.
We don't have to fall out of line.
No, we have to stay in line.
Or else they'll come and collect your house from me like they did the baroness.
And you didn't even have, you were just trying to show up to feel good.
Yeah.
The UK has a way of clipping your wings.
Well, this is it. To the blogger who thinks like we're the brokest, we're not. We're just trying to adapt and keep our head below water and stay with the system. I don't know. I feel, but this I feel is too. The explanation is too long. You understand? Because people that walked off now, they just want to see action. The way where we come from. Don't talk. Just spend more money than the. But I want to ask before we leave, who is first? If we are the brokest, who is number 1, 2, 3? Is it the Nigerians in America or the Nigerians in Nigeria? Who do you think?
Well, I don't think that statement actually
is
summarizes people.
Yeah.
What I said because when I take £10 to Nigeria, I know how much it is.
But how hard is it for you to get?
And then we work for every penny here, and it makes them happy. But make people happy. You spend it there. Then I don't know what you mean by that. The brokest, because even as I'm here now, my phone is ringing. People will be asking for anything. Month is coming to an end. Need to get their salary off you.
But then,
I don't think what you say we are the brokest.
No, wait. There's something like minimum wage when you look at it, because these people who talk, they don't live in neither UK or they live in America. When you hear American minimum wage and you compare it to the UK minimum wage, it's immediately greater. But I think the Americans are even struggling as much as the Nigerians in the UK to explain the bill chemistry in these two countries that it would take.
I think let's not undermine the fact that a lot of Nigerians are in the medical space, in the tech space in America, and those sectors pay way more than they do in the UK. So an average nurse in America, if both of them went to Nigeria, the nurse in America will always outshine the Nigerian in the UK-based nurse. If it was a tech person as well, the same thing. A project manager in the UK will be earning 55K. In America, that person is earning $150,000.
Let me ask, which profession do you do that you get paid better in the UK than you do in America?
Every profession.
You get paid better.
Do you know what? There was a friend of mine there. I remember this vividly. She was at some point going through a low moment emotionally, and she was thinking of moving back to UK because we all lived in the UK at some point. She has lots of friends here, she has family here and all of that. So she is what's that role again that she does? People that observe medical, when they're doing medical experiments and stuff like that, they write all the reports. I've forgotten what that role is
called. There's a medical lab scientist.
No, they don't call them scientists. Clinical something.
clinical.
I can't remember the name of the career, but that in America, once she trained up, just did the training and got a role. It's high demand, and she travel around as well and do all these things. They get almost $200,000. When we looked at that same role in the UK, because she was thinking, okay, maybe if I bring my skill set and come here, £28,000. £28,000.
You can't beat that. That's 10. That's 10 times. That's 10 times.
Exactly. So so that's the reason why anybody in America, all they want to do is go into nursing or tech. Once
Yeah.
you're a nurse, that's it. So I know a lot of nurses who are here, who train here and then go to America. I think it's the same, it's similar in the medical space in Canada as well. And that's where a lot of our people are. So that's where it's the paid disparity. But for many other roles outside of that niche. And then truckers as well in America, they get lots of money and they can also
truckers-
have their own business as well. But that business here is not an easy business to get into. Say you own your own truck in the UK. I've never heard anybody say they own their own truck.
You see, now I want to say the economic power and the financial attitude for entrepreneurs in America
Exactly.
is very different.
It's very different.
It's flexible.
It's flexible.
And don't forget they have Hollywood as well.
Thank you. And we in England, the reality is that same luxury doesn't exist here, but we have absorbed the explanation. We have absorbed, but if we took off our rose-tainted glasses, as they call it, it might just be true because economically, proactive attitude towards wealth, is different in many countries, and the UK has a conservative model, and we have adopted that, and we have adopted the explanations behind it because the Englishman is comfortable with his space in the world. Maybe if we go up. One thing I would put in the balance. I have had friends who have left from here to America. They're not happier. You understand? They run into those things, but they lose a lot. You understand?
There are things that goes with it.
Yes, they lose a lot. The communal life, the everything. America, there's a price, you understand, to pay. But economically, if that lady was that blogger was speaking economically, I think it's here to stay. I think we will.
No, even when he was talking about, you asked the question about the rankings. So in terms of, it's let me say wealth. So I'll say America, and then don't undermine people in Italy, because people in Italy say because they have a lot of access to illegal businesses, they can do drug runs and things like that. Some of those the Nigerians in Italy, they see money.
Europe,
Malaysia as well.
Huh.
Philippines as well. Some of those guys are actually more generous than UK people. So if you are ranking it, you need to look at those dynamics too. The source of the wealth is also a thing to look at. And Italy, from a legislation point of view, they're a lot more lax than the UK. I just think that we are in a different climate. It's not the kind of country.
Of the world.
It's
we get them English.
It's not this. It's not the same way. But if you are chasing wealth, I don't know if UK is the right place. But if you were you could get there. But it's a long and hard road to get there.
And I think she has said a lot of factors, because if this blogger was reading from Nigeria, you have to think the only result they see is financial.
Yeah.
No, they see how you spend the money.
Yeah.
You just said everything out. We speak for money. Money doesn't speak for itself. It is how you spend the money that speaks.
Yeah.
You don't just go there. You are looking into your wallet and you are searching for. You know what I mean? But somebody just touch the card, But don't check the bill. First of all, don't go and start checking what the receipt.
Itemize the bill, calculate.
No, that's not what you're saying. So what we're actually saying is that, like I say, if there are statistics to back up what she said, but if there's no statistics, that statement is prejudiced.
Based on location. The only prejudice I can see is because I would say the Nigerians in the UK still have more energy to hustle, to do those things if they were in those countries.
We still do 2 or 3 jobs here.
Yes.
Some, but not a lot. I don't know if
No, not a lot. Not a lot.
No,
not a lot.
How many Nigerians do 2 jobs here?
Many do 2 jobs.
Really?
Edwin.
In America, Have you been to the house of an American? Some of them will go to work in the morning, then they will come home, then they will eat, have their bath, and then they will go in the night.
Three jobs
It's
in
not.
uncommon.
I've seen people do it
another
here, but
job
it's
in the
not as
weekend.
common.
If the economic power is that strong,
Yeah.
why do three jobs?
They have a hustle mentality.
What kind of hustle is that?
That-
You're hustling at the detriment of your health.
No, you see that's why I say the
And
UK.
again, you need to what we enjoy here, they don't enjoy it there.
I've made a similar conversation before where you see in the UK they have a pub culture. After 5 o'clock, everybody finish work, everybody going to enjoy it. If you are going to work in the UK second job, I think you will feel worse than if you were doing that
Absolutely.
in America or another country.
But
Because
let me ask you one question. You said that you have friends who've moved over there and they're not finding it funny. What are some of the things that they've talked about that makes it not easy for them to?
there is you when you move to America, you become an American. The culture is diluted so quickly. Here you can say you're a Nigerian. Here you can say you're wherever you come from. In America, once you get in, you're an American. You have to learn the American English and the American way of life for you to get by. And that, the more you look, the less you see. It's not as good as the English system, So when they get there, the English system seems to care about each and every part of every citizen, regardless.
I have people who come from America in my profession. I have American teachers who are working.
Yes.
Who are working. There's some that pull them here.
Yes.
And what pulled them there? Did they tell you?
Well,
It must
our health sector.
the health sector, and also when you look, because
People
in
to call the
America,
ambulance alone.
Yeah.
To
Yes.
call the ambulance.
I've heard
I've not been there.
Yeah.
a childbirth, I've heard how much it costs. To call the ambulance, I've heard how much it costs.
Crime.
If I'm sure, I think they said childbirth is $5,000 per child.
And then if you do CS, another extra.
Good. And I heard that there was somebody who talked to me recently. He said that they had an accident, 2 girls, and they were saying they were okay. They were in America. So the ambulance came and they ran. So the ambulance said, "You don't have to run. We have your social security number. We're still going to charge you."
Imagine.
In UK, you don't pay for healthcare. You
Yeah.
just pay. So the government, directs the tone in the UK more than you would like to, and I think that's a huge part of it. So
Yeah, and don't forget they have Donald Trump as well.
yes, that is. I don't know if that's a tourist attraction or down at the moment, but. Hey, there we go. We will accept to the blogger that we're not the brokest. We just the explanation.
Just one or two things.
Just one or two things. The explanation is a bit long.
We are conservative people.
We are conservative people. You will not know that we are the ones paying.
Exactly.
you
Even
don't
when we are
show
paying,
off.
we don't show
We
off.
don't show up.
I think I like that
Yes,
tone.
and we will never. I don't know. I listening to as we're talking. I don't know if we won't get to the stage of having one trouser and one shirt. You understand?
No. We'll always be Nigerians, but
Okay, thank you very much. I really enjoyed this subject. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next show. It's the right direction. Thank you to Edwin, and thank you to Ivy.
You're welcome.
See you next time. Thank you very much.
Take my picture, take my picture. Me, I the suspect, you want a picture. Take my picture, take my picture. I swear to God, I'm mashing up your system. Nothing tonight, me, I'm out of order. Internationally, me, I'm not the quarrel. So take a picture, baby, take a picture. I swear to God, I'm ready for your picture.